No, I'm Chase Young. I can't put my hand in the dirt. I want to do this. I can't do this. I'm an edge rusher, but I don't want to do this. I want to be fancy and do this and try to beat them with my speed. I can't put my hand in the dirt. I can't do this like a real defensive end.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juangottiwft here. We got another Washington football team video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about what's wrong with Chase Young and this defense as a whole, because it's been terrible through the first 3 weeks of the NFL season. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington football team. Let's get straight into today's video. So I know you guys saw the funny clips that I made of Chase Young in the beginning of the video. I love Chase Young, man, and you guys know that. I have his jersey. He's one of my favorite players on the Washington football team. And I got extra love for him because he's from my county. Same with Jared Patterson, man. So I'm going to be hard on Chase Young in this video. And the reason why I'm hard on Chase Young is because I expect greatness out of him. He's our number 2 overall pick. He is our face of the franchise. He is our cornerstone player. And when you look at his performance through the first 3 weeks, it hasn't been the best. Now, last week, in my opinion, although he didn't get home, he had 6 quarterback hits. He was just a shy away, or I guess a second late, rather, from getting the sack on Josh Allen. So shout out to John Kyman. If I could find the clips, I'll put them in here. He showed a clip or two where it's like the difference between Chase Young, where he just straight up go at the left tackle / right tackle, and when he stutter steps. And Ron Rivera said he would like to see Chase Young not stutter so much. The difference is major. When he doesn't stutter step, he is right there nearly getting the sack. And when he stutter steps, it's like it's easy for the left tackle to bottle him up because he's hesitating on whether he wants to go or not. You can't have that, man. You just got to go with your move, man. And the second thing, and this is probably the most, mind-boggling thing about Chase Young, considering the fact that he was so highly drafted, he has no rush plan. That's the same that can be said for Montez Sweat. All he wants to do is rely on his athletic ability to give him sacks and whatnot. And that's not going to happen, man. You're not in the Big Ten no more. You're not playing against Purdue left tackles. You're not playing against Illinois. I love my Terps, but you're not playing against Maryland Terps left tackles. You're not playing against Minnesota. You're not playing against Northwestern, and Northwestern had Rashawn Slater, so we know how that happened. But you get what I'm saying? You're not in the Big Ten no more. These are professional left tackles. If you're trying to come at them just straight off of your speed, they're gonna blow you up, and you're seeing it for yourself. Deion Dawkins bottled Chase Young up for most part of that game. You know what I'm saying? In week 2, the Giants left tackle, was it Andrew Thomas? I want to say it was Andrew Thomas. I don't know if they moved Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas did a solid job against Chase Young, and in week 1, we know Rashawn Slater killed Chase Young. He bottled him up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest issue I have with Chase Young, is he doesn't have no rush plan. Like, he doesn't have no crossover. He doesn't have nothing. He just wants to rely on speed. You know what I'm saying? I need to see some rip throughs. I need to see something different, because if you're coming straight at a left tackle every single play, it's a piece of cake. Once again, you're not in high school no more. You're not at DeMatha / Pilati. You're not in the Big Ten no more. These left tackles get paid millions of dollars to stop that, and that's so easy for them. You're basically just handing them a free pancake, a free win. It's so easy. And even if you don't have other rush moves in your bag just yet, mix it up. If you're going to go speed inside sometimes, and then go speed and try to get around them sometimes. Stop going straight at them, or stop trying to go straight outside, because it's not working, man. I need you to rip through the middle, show your strength, man. Just do something different. You need a rush plan. My second thing that I have a big issue with Chase Young is, and you guys seeing the clip where I was making a joke out of it, he needs to put his hand in the dirt. I do not like when Chase Young is in that 2-point stance where he wants to stand up and not have his hand in the dirt. I understand. I guess you're supposed to be getting speed, but it's not working, man. We obviously have to switch something up because it is not working at all. Put your hand in the dirt. And he does it sometime, but why not do it majority of the time. You know, I'm saying you're a defensive end. Be traditional. Sometimes put your stand that 2 point stance. But put your hand in the dirt for majority of the time. It's like he does the 2 point stance majority of the time, and then he puts his hands in the dirt some of the time. You know, switch that around. You know what I'm saying? Be a traditional defensive end, and I guarantee you things will probably start to change. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from Chase Young, because I love Chase Young. I know he'll turn around. Or last thing I got to say about Chase Young, actually. Guys, stop saying he's a bust. Please stop saying he's a bust, because he is not no bust, bro. He is not no bust, and it really pisses me off that you guys actually think he's a bust. It's all because, oh, we should have took Justin Herbert. How many of you guys, and honestly, on this video, comment down below, and I want to see receipts. How many of you guys knew Justin Herbert was going to do what he did? How many of you guys knew Justin Herbert was going to do what he did? I guarantee you not half of the people out there that believe Justin Herbert would have been a better pick over Chase Young knew he was going to come in the league and light it up like that. I guarantee you didn't. So, for all the people that's fair weather and saying, oh, we should have took Justin Herbert, you guys didn't know what Justin Herbert was going to be. And we don't know if Justin Herbert would have been what he is now in this system. So Chase Young is not a bust, man. He's going to figure it out. So stop being fair weather and stop saying Chase Young is a bust, because it really pisses me off. Moving on to the next thing, the D-line coach Sam Mills and Jack Del Rio. I don't have a problem with Sam Mills at all. I don't have a problem with Jack Del Rio at all. But we're going to get to Jack Del Rio because he deserves some blame for this debacle too. But I don't have a problem with Sam Mills. But my issue is, what are you doing during the film session to allow him to keep doing the same thing and it's not working? Now, what are you saying to him? That's what I want to know. If I'm in the film room, I'm telling him how to do some new moves, how to do a little crossover. You should do this there, and on this play, stop trying to speed rush. How hard is that? Literally tell him, stop trying to speed rush every single play. I understand JDR said he allow Chase Young to do what he wants to do when it comes to his stances, but he would like to see him be more in his hand in the dirt. Scratch that, man. You're the coach. Tell him what you want him to do. I understand you want to give him his freedom, but it's not working. If it was working, it would be a totally different thing coming out of my mouth here when I'm talking about Chase Young. But it's not working right now. Take control. Tell him put his hand in the dirt. Tell him put his hand in the dirt, man. I just want to sit there and watch film with Sam Mills, Chase Young, and Jack Del Rio, because what are you telling him during the film sessions, man? Because obviously it's nothing changing, and I put that on coaching, because how are you a coach and sitting there and just watching that on film and not telling him anything that he needs to change? It's so much wrong with what he's doing right now, and he needs to change it. So I put some of that on the coaching staff, i.e. Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, and Sam Mills, his positional coach. So we need to start holding these coaches accountable too for how this performance on this defense has been. Moving on to Jack Del Rio. JDR, man, you are really, really good. You have the potential to be a really, really good defensive coordinator, but what are you doing, man? Like, I don't understand it. Why are you playing so soft on your zone coverages? It's killing me, dude. You go out and get William Jackson, one of the best man-to-man corners in the NFL, and you try to turn him into a zone corner. Why? Why? You went out and paid this man, I want to say, was it $15 million a year just for him to be a zone corner? That's not his forte. You're trying to change a man's forte. You remember when Josh Norman came here? We tried to make him a man-to-man corner, and he was a zone corner. That's the same thing we're doing with William Jackson, but just vice versa on the schemes, I guess you would say. You know what I'm saying? Just why? Play to your cornerback's strengths. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Darby, man, and he's hurt in Denver right now, but around this time last year, Ronald Darby was really that dude, man. He wasn't having no interceptions, but he had a PBU, it seeming like every play. You know what I'm saying? And we elected to go with William Jackson. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think William Jackson will be really good. But at this point in time, Ronald Darby was the better guy. He was the better guy. And I'm putting that all on Jack Del Rio, though, bro. Like, you want to run zone. I understand that's your scheme and whatnot. But you gotta see out there, man. All right, we're getting torched in the zone. Why not try some man? You know what I'm saying? And if they torch us in man, so what? That's not your fault. That's just your players' inability to check their guy. But in zone, we're not a smart enough team to run zone. Nobody knows where to be. It's seeming like everything is always open. We're not getting no pressure on our front from our front four. When our front four starts to get pressure, then we can run zone. But right now, when you combine the lack of pass rush from our front four with the inexperience in that secondary, William Jackson's first year, Benjamin St. Juice's first year, Kendall Fuller's first year going back to the slot since his first time in Washington, Cam Curl's second year, Landon Collins off of a torn AC or torn Achilles, sorry about that, Bobby McCain's first year. When you put all that together in inexperience, this scheme is not going to work. So what are you not seeing out there, Jack? What is it going to take for you to switch up your scheme to say, all right, man, this is how we're going to do it now. Scratch what we did last year. Scratch how I said we were going to do it. This is how we're going to do it now until you guys can learn that zone situation, as William Jackson liked to say. You know what I'm saying? We got to start holding these coaches accountable. And I love JDR. No, I don't want to fire him. All you guys that's flying off the handle saying, fire Jack Del Rio, fire Scott Turner, Ron Rivera isn't it. You know, Chase Young's a bust. Keep that same energy when these guys fix it, because I know they will. They'll fix it at some point. Now, here's the thing. If they go to Atlanta and Atlanta riding high off of a win versus the New York Giants, if we go to Atlanta and they drop 30 on us, then we got some issues. But I don't see that happening, man. I really don't. I feel like this defense is going to figure it out at some point. And once they do, we're going to be in good hands because I'm comfortable with my offense. And trust me, I'm going to give the offense their part of what's going on because they're not all 100% clear. They had a lot of problems and a lot of things to do with that 43-21 loss versus the Buffalo Bills. So that video is coming tomorrow. But if we can get some defensive problems fixed with this offense, I'm really comfortable about this season, man. And once again, it's still early. It is a little concerning, but I'm comfortable with this team if this defense could just figure it out, man. And it starts with Jack Del Rio and it starts with Ron Rivera. I want to cover over a little bit of these stats from the Buffalo Bills game. I just had two stats that really stuck out to me. They killed us in time of possession, 34-37 to our 23-24. That is terrible. You know what I'm saying? I can remember vividly. I believe it was after we gave up the ball on the first drive after halftime. We didn't get that ball back to about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They killed us on time of possession. Then we gave up 29 first downs and they only gave up 13. They were 64% on third downs, man. 64%. And that's terrible. Now, let me read some of you guys these stats for Washington. 30.7 points allowed. That's 29th in the league right now. 432 yards allowed. That's 31st in the league. 2 takeaways were tied for 27th. 6 sacks tied for 21st. 58.7% on third down conversions, and that's 31st in the league. That is terrible. That is terrible, man. That is terrible. And shout out to Washington Nation. In his caption, this is exactly what he said under this picture here. What in the world is going on with Washington's defense? Back in June, Chase Young said that the Washington could be a top 5 defense in the league. Now the Washington football team falls in bottom 5 in a lot of defensive areas. The pass rush is extremely weak despite having 4 first-rounders on that defensive front. The linebackers unit is atrocious, and for some reason the coaching staff love keeping John Bostic on the field. The secondary isn't any better either. It's dreadful in Washington, and something needs to change. Couldn't have said it better myself. Shout out to Washington Nation. Go follow him on Instagram. The linebackers have been terrible, and honestly, it's no surprise to me. Why isn't Jamin Davis seeing the field more? Why is John Bostic constantly on the field? I love me some Cole Holcomb, but God, he can't cover. You know what I'm saying? I'm going into the season and was saying he was one of our better pass coveraging linebackers, and that's still the case. But that's not nothing to be happy about because we don't have any pass coveraging linebackers outside Jamie Davis, maybe Khalil Cotton, but he doesn't see the field. He doesn't see the field. And I already talked about the secondary, man. Things has to change. You know what I'm saying? It has to. And if it doesn't change, and like I said, if Atlanta drops 30 plus on us, then we have some problems. All right? So, yeah, man, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. I wanted to come on here to talk about the defense. I think it will change. I have faith in Jack Del Rio. I have faith in Ron Rivera. I have faith in this front four and just this defense as a whole. Let me know how you guys feel about this video down below. The offense is going to get theirs next. Don't worry. The offense isn't hiding. They not sliding through. They're going to get their piece next. As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hell to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped. Get you popped, get you dropped. Slide on the one way that get you boxed on. I ain't stopping till I get me